What's going on, guys? It's your boy ZakNoC here. How is it hanging? I'm sorry I missed you guys last week. As you know, there's been some changes in our neck of the woods here. You might see a different logo in the corner of the screen. But we are it's business as usual around here on this stream. I'll kind of go into that in a second. While I'm actually waiting for the stream to populate a little bit, I am going to go and just get the links posted because I hadn't done that beforehand. I ran a little low on time this morning. I do apologize. But I hope everyone's doing really well. We've got a lot of really great Cypher entries this morning. We have got a lot of great Beat Challenge entries as well. And I'm really excited to get into those with you guys and then kind of give you some rundown on what it's going to be looking like on the subreddit from now on. So if you just give me a second. Live feedback show is live. Number one is live. Alrighty, sharing that. Alright, it's on the subreddit. I'm gonna go drop it on Facebook, see if anyone wants to hang out. It's whatever. Yeah. Sorry that this is a boring start to the stream, guys. Usually I have all this shit ironed out, but I don't have as much help as I used to. So this is what we got going on. We got it. Okay, now I'm actually ready to start my own show. You guys can tell that I'm self-managing all of a sudden, huh? Okay, so yeah, it's probably a little weird for some of y'all to see me here. There's a different logo in the corner of the screen. I'm hosting this show on a different YouTube channel than I usually do. But it's no big crazy stuff or anything like that. The organizer of Hip Hop Warzone, who was running things up to this point, unfortunately had to step away. He just wasn't feeling it. He wasn't fully up to it's very strenuous to run these kinds of things and to keep it going. And I think he was just feeling a little overwhelmed and wanted to focus more on his own endeavors. So instead of letting this wonderful little community we've started to build die, I have decided I am going to kind of keep it going myself. So with the help of u/MaggotHead96 on Reddit, also known as Cliff, collaborator of mine, a friend of mine, we've got an episode of the War Room podcast from the last YouTube channel that's been re-uploaded to my channel. So you can check that out if you haven't seen it. But me and Cliff are going to keep this going. We're having a good time with it. The ciphers, dropping in for the ciphers is a lot of fun. He got in on a beat challenge this round. It's very cool stuff. I was really happy to see how many people were willing to come over after the switch because we're not on the Warzone anymore. The new subreddit is r/NoCNotes. It's named after this YouTube channel, and this is where all of our content is going to be hosted moving forward. We're going to be running the bi-weekly ciphers, the bi-weekly beat challenges, and we're going to be doing a monthly podcast. Me and Cliff are just kind of still working out some of the details there. But once we've got everything in a row, man, it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. And honestly, it's already starting off pretty goddamn awesome. We have, like I said, we had some really solid entries this week. I think we had more beat entries than we did ciphers. I could be wrong on that, but either way, just a really sick numbers for round one. Thank you to everybody who came out and supported. So I am going to get into these feedbacks today. Now, I have pre-written a lot of the feedback. I will be giving some extra off-the-cuff stuff, except for one individual. I think we had somebody sneak in at the last second there. I actually should probably go in and lock that thread. I don't know how a fucking auto moderator works. I'm doing all this shit by hand, y'all, on the subreddit. I'm doing all this moderation by hand. No bots for me. Hell nah. Let's see, lock comments. There we go. Okay, no more posting. No more cipher posting. No more sneaking in at the last second. The deadline was 5 minutes ago. You might see on the screen behind me, I've already got Cliff's queued up. He was the first to submit. Was he? No, he wasn't the first to submit. Sorry, contest mode. Contest mode. That's why it looks weird. Okay. So we are going to get into u/MaggotHead96's entry on the subreddit pretty quick here. I just want to give a quick shout out to Cass Beats, who you may recognize from some past ciphers, from some past beat challenges, for donating the beat for this week. The theme that we assigned to everybody was to just introduce yourselves. You know, we've got a new subreddit, and it's not a totally new community. We have a lot of people who came over from the Warzone community, but over in the NoCNotes stuff, it's our first cipher. We brought in some new people, so we thought it'd be nice to introduce ourselves and approach a cipher that way. So, without further ado, I've got Cliff's go at it. His cipher entry is called Dreamer. It is produced by Cass Beats. He goes by Cliff on SoundCloud. Let's see what we got going on today. Here, I'm going to hit this from the beginning. That was me doing the stutter. Yeah.
Constantly creating carefully calculated collaborations with a pad and pen. L for linguistics, laying lyrical life as linear, lobotomized lost, like where do I begin? I for intellectual, introspective, insanely intelligent and imaginative. F for flying far from fake fuckers, fleeing frivolous forms of false communication. Listen to my statement. I was born in 96 from two dumb parents. Never used a condom or the pull-out method. Left with dads who didn't want them treated as a problem. Now I'm 26 battling this childhood trauma. So I avoid the drama, put my mind to this rap shit. Make sure my bar stool is classic as I diaretically spit these chapters. Pain turned to passion, copper turned to platinum. Lines like this make me wonder why I'm broke. Living on a struggle, dying on a hope. Anxiety thinking nooses, depression not broke. Got 50 different routes with the same end result. 16 introduction, but I only needed 3. I'm depressed, fucked up, and it's hard to fucking breathe. So I spit these bars as I sit and I see that I'll blow the fuck up if I fail this pipe dream. Cause I'm a fucking dreamer, never gonna stop. Close both my eyes and I think about the top. Cause I'ma get there one day. Yeah, I'ma get there one day.
Very macho inflection, my friend.
Cause I'm a fucking dreamer, never gonna stop. Close both my eyes and I think about the top.
Awesome Michi Darko shit.
One day. Yeah, I'ma get there one day. Man, listen, we all battle our issues. Mental, physical, emotional. You know, that's just the cycle of life, you know, we always have to battle those moments. But as long as we have dreams, we have hope. Remember that, guys. Much love. Cliff.
My fucking man. My man. Yo, shut up. We don't need that. All right. My man Cliff, wicked way to kick off the NoCNotes ciphers, man. I really appreciate you coming in here and giving it your all like you always do. I did listen to this one ahead of time. And it's a dope cipher. I am dope that you killed it this hard with the first cipher entry on this channel, ever going solo, my guy. As always, your energy is unmatched, and your flow, while not being the flashiest one out there, it shows a serious consciousness of good songwriting and not just like good raps. What I'm saying there is like, you know, a lot of people think that the flashiest flow, the flashiest rhyme pattern is the best way to make good hip hop music. And this cipher is like an example of when that's not quite the case. Cause this is like a pretty, you know, a lot of the rhyme schemes, like they do dance around a little bit, but even in that end section, we're going on like a regular, like A-B 1-2, like kind of step. It's really rhythmic and it's really easy to bob your head to. And a lot of people forget that is like rhythm and poetry. It's rhythm and poetry is what rap stands for. It stands for a lot of things to a lot of people, but I like rhythm and poetry. And the rhythm is something that a lot of people get fucked up. But Cliff, that was a masterclass in that rhythm, my guy. Thank you very much for showing us that. I really like the spoken word section too. The sung section, it all comes together like nice as hell. I think it could have used some more layers, especially on that hook to really make the singing pop. Maybe just play around with the compression you've got on your verses if you don't want to layer those to make them come out a little bit... I don't know, wider. I don't know. They felt a little thin in the mix to me. But I love the growled inflection that you're doing on that hook you got there. Like, I love that. For those of you who don't know, me and Cliff are working on a collaborative effort at the moment. And I need to hear some of that on there, my guy. I need to hear some of that on what we're doing. I love the alphabet rhyme scheme too. It's kind of hard to get the alphabet rhyme scheme, like the C, it's kind of hard to get that to work. Just solely on the basis that it's not the most unique idea and it's been done a lot in the past. But it was really well executed here. I would just honestly say to try and like build this one out into a full track because I really like it. I think it's working really well. But yeah, just kind of obviously like mixing critiques. there's a couple ending like ending rhyme phrases in there that came off just a slight bit awkward. So just, keep an ear out for it. I know you know how to rap, but I appreciate the Cypher entry this week. It's a great one. Way to go, man. Okay. So just as a quick house cleaning thing that I forgot earlier, for clarity, the Cyphers and feedback shows will be moving to this bi-weekly schedule. So 2 weeks from now will be the next two, and then 2 weeks from then, and 2 weeks from then, and so on. So we're just going to keep that schedule. It's going to stay bi-weekly. It's just moving from, it's moving to the other Saturday. Okay. So next up, we are going to listen to our friend Different Bus 2005, u/Different Bus 2005 on the subreddit. If I remember, this person has submitted many times before to the Hip Hop Warzone ciphers as We Need to Beat Productions. So let's go take a look at what our friend has cooking up for us this time. Like I said, u/Different-Bus-2005 on the subreddit. On SoundCloud, they go by We Need to Beat Productions, I believe. Let's see if I'm correct on that. Totally right.
Yeah, let's go.
Check it out.
JB, I've been doing this straight out the womb. I kick my brother out so I can get a bigger room. He's my evil twin, that you would assume. But we getting bigger, getting high, eating on some shrooms. In high school we were wait for lunch to bang up on the table. Freestyle so vivid that you would think that it was cable. Born in 91, music was surreal. I wrote a couple letters to some labels just to get a deal. Mama worked in a factory, pops up in carpentry, working so hard just to own a little property. I don't know how they did it with 5 kids, always causing trouble. Now they always splitting up a wigs. The gang life always called me, but I chose a different route. Even back in those days, they were chasing for some clout. First it started with the Beatles, then it turned to Eminem. Inspiration came and went, then it moved to 50 Cent. I don't do it for the fame, I just do it to escape. All these lyrics take me to a place where I could wear a cape. I can call it mine, hide behind the mask, leave the word behind. Success is at the top, I just have to I'm Puerto Rican. Boy, you're growing arroz, I'm always eating. Yeah, you better call me Tom, cause at the top I'm always peeking, yeah. And all you hating on your boy, you can keep it up at ease. I'm a wizard loving muggle who's just trying to bring the peace, yeah. And that's me, and that's me, and that's me, yeah.
We Need to Beat Productions. Different Bus 2005 on the subreddit. Different-Bus 2005 on the subreddit. Thank you very much for your continued participation, my friend. It's always fun listening to your ciphers and what you do. And I do think that you always bring a really unique thematic perspective. That was actually one of the things that I love the most about your cipher this week. I do dig this one a lot. Probably when it comes to like I'm a glutton when it comes to the personal cuts. I really like those personal rhymes that really get in on like the nitty gritty of life and family and that sort of thing. So I'm a little bit biased, but for that reason, that's probably my favorite overall approach. That anyone took to the theme this week. I really like hearing about those family dynamics, and I think that your voice sounds really solid over this type of production. I love your like slight accent. I think it adds a lot. One thing to watch out for is to just make sure you're rapping on beat all the time. Specifically when you were talking about like your mom working in a factory and like, like your parents' working situations, like specifically there, like the rhyme was chopped up just a little kind of weird. The flow was chopped up just a little weird. It sounded awkward. It was off tempo. Make sure you're rapping on beat or that you're dropping unnecessary like words and syllables to enable you to do that easier. Cause like, when you're talking about how your mom worked in a factory, instead of saying like my mom worked in a factory, you could chop it down to like mom worked in a factory, and then you've already gutted out like 2 syllables. So now instead of saying my mom worked in a factory, you could say mom worked in a factory. Like it kind of chops up the. It gives you less to stuff in. I don't know who from Wu-Tang it was who always said that rapping is like a grid. I think it was someone from Wu-Tang. I could be wrong. It was definitely like a goat though. Who said that they see rapping and writing raps is like putting grid on a page because there's like only a certain amount of space that you could fit inside of each measure. But you got to make sure that they fit in the grid, because if they don't fit in the grid, then it just sounds like awkward and that sort of thing. But no, like the specific like theme and the energy that you were bringing was like spot on. I love that shit. But yeah, do try reworking bars where you find yourself stumbling often, because a lot of the time you can get the flow to work nice without ever having to sacrifice substance. sometimes dropping one of the extra likes or ands or my's or something can really revolutionize a flow's rhythm and by extension revolutionize your delivery. So I think that, like I'm in university in my first year creative writing courses, because I take a couple creative writing courses just as one of my many credentials. I spend too much time at school. But in one of my first year creative writing courses, we really studied poetry a lot, and how using the most, specific diction that you can, the most specific word choices that you can, really is what poetry is all about, is whittling it down to the fewest number of individual words used with the most meaning kind of packed into them. And I think that you can do the same with rapping to a less intense degree. So kind of keep that stuff in the back of your head when you're writing the next one. But I really dig it. I really dig what you were doing. Maybe we should get on the track together, man. I like your raps. All right. Yep. Can't wait to see what you do next time, man. Thank you for being such a consistent contributor. It is really wicked to see so many familiar faces around here all the time. It's really great to kind of get to know you guys and to get to know your artistic journey. I remember the first different bus joint that I listened to. I don't think it was that hard. That was good shit. Okay. Next up. We got someone new. We got somebody who we haven't heard from before, either in the war zone or in this NoCNotes subreddit. They were actually the first people to submit this week when I was out trying to find some new folks to join up. Shout out to our boy. This is friendly_purchase_82 on the subreddit. Now, unfortunately, they have posted this to BandLab, so I'm just gonna remind you guys. It is in the rules for the subreddit. I'll accept it this time because it's a new community. We're doing what we can do. We want all the engagement that we can get, obviously, but please do make sure you're uploading to either YouTube or SoundCloud. It makes it a lot easier for me to just automate and to kind of, know where I'm clicking, know where I'm going, and get everything kind of in a row. So just make sure you were posting these on SoundCloud or something like that, guys, if we're going to be participating. Either way, I really am looking forward to hearing what this individual has for us. Friendly purchase. I've never used BandLab before, so I'm not totally sure what her name is. AC Davis. Okay, this individual goes by AC Davis. Let's hear what AC Davis has cooking up for us. It's produced by Cass Beats. This is untitled. So make sure we're crediting producers in the titles as well, guys. Make sure we're crediting producers in the title as well. That's always been a rule around here. Okay. Producer in the title. Make sure we're posting to YouTube or SoundCloud. Okay. AC Davis. The song is untitled. This is this is his real introduction to this community. Thank you for coming on, my friend. We really appreciate having you here. Let's see what you can do.
Am I supposed to rap over this gas ass beat and make my flows forever last? Well, I'll kick it off and fuck the system, bitches lesser than slave owners for the children, and I'm spitting better facts than Minaj's ass is fake. If your parents die, they can't take you away to a place with pedals in your face, but hey, we gon' set them all ablaze like Rihanna on a tape. All it takes is revolution, ain't none of them escape. What the fuck I gotta say? Gonna be heard, now where they gonna get a blow to face? Gotta kill them all today. Motherfuck them bitches. Don't believe in me, then you're unreligious. I'm God, bitch. Me and my brother struggle every fucking day, but compared to the hustle, it ain't motherfucking nothing. And I'm not bluffing, little bitch. And if you wanna rumble, let's rumble. Just know that I'll never stumble.
Looks like it's still playing, but I think he just didn't cut the beat off. I don't think there's more song. Okay, probably not more song. We'll cut it there. Okay, my friend, friendly purchase, AC Davis. I have some feedback for you, my friend. Thank you very much for participating once again. Reminder, put the title of the producer name in the beat title, and yeah, you'll get it. But great energy. I really love your energy you brought to the cut, your delivery. You come off very confident. It's like when I catch people who, we're still in like a band lab kind of phase, or still in like they're getting, they don't have access to things like studios yet and like solid equipment and that sort of thing. One of the first things that you notice that people really goof up is they don't have the right energy on a cut. They like mumble, or like they don't want someone in the next room to hear them because they're all embarrassed about the fact that they're like, ooh, I'm trying to rap and that's weird. It's like, you got right over that. So I really appreciate the fact that you're already kind of like projecting with your voice is really working well for you. I'm not going to critique your mix too much, but one thing I do like, because I understand like band lab, it's like a phone DAW, like I get it. But make sure you're not drowning your vocal in reverb. There's a lot of very like clashy reverb in that specific kind of share that you had there. I don't know how BandLab works, so I don't know if you mixed it that way or if you used a preset or something like that. But I would turn down the reverb on that quite a bit onto the actual rapping though. So you approach the mic with confidence, which I love. Your rapping is actually on beat, and your rhyme patterns, while I do think they are kind of basic and entry level, they do still have some solid wordplay woven into them. So there's some stuff to chew over here. But I wasn't really hearing the theme on this entry, the introduce yourself theme that we had for this cipher. So I'm not sure if you missed that part, but typically topically it just wasn't on point. I don't know if like I said, I don't know if you missed the theme part or if that was the case, but I just, it seemed a little bit more like what you wanted to rap about, which is fine. Just, it is a cipher. There is a specific theme assigned, so try and keep to the theme when you can. Unless like the I'm God bar was supposed to be your introduction, but if that was the case, you gotta try harder, bro. So you could improve by trying to get a more consistent rhythm to your flow. So if you go back to the feedback that I gave to you/MaggotHead96, Cliff in his entry, one thing that I praised him for was that he didn't like bring out the flashiest flow in the world for like good sections of the song. He had very simple rhyme patterns, but they were really simple rhyme patterns that worked well rhythmically. It was easy to bob your head to because it's consistent. It doesn't vary too much, but it varies enough to stay interesting. And what I think that you're falling on the wrong side of right now is you're doing a lot of flow switch ups, but you're doing them too often, to the point where like people can't find where the rhythm is. They can't like bob their head to it as easy because they need that rhythmic component. So if you listen to Cliff's, if you listen to MaggotHead96's entry, you'll hear that he really has like that good kind of head bob. I would say Different Bus 2005 also is known as We Need a Beat. He did well on that as well. Just maybe draw back. There is a sweet zone. There is a sweet spot when it comes to flow switches. You can do it too little and have your song be boring as shit, and you can have it, happen way too much and your entire song sounds like a mess. So make sure you're kind of hitting that sweet spot as opposed to going way too far to one side or way too far to the other. But yeah, you could improve. One strategy that I actually have for this is you could try and get like a consistent rhythm to your flows. You could listen back to your voice a cappella after you record a verse, like without the beat. Just listen to your voice by itself after you've recorded your verse and see if you can easily bob your head along to it. Because if you can't, your flow should probably be reworked. It's going to be too all over the place for someone to find a consistent pocket to kind of move their head to. So acapella your beat after you record, listen back to it and try and bob your head along to it. If there's not a clear kind of tempo to it that works well, you should probably rework the flow. But I'm looking forward to you putting this in effect for the next cipher, because I think that could really, really help you out, and could be really cool with the tunes that you're putting out here. So thank you so much for joining the community, my man. It is really, really nice to have some extra participation, especially when we're kind of going out on our own and we don't have the same backing that we used to. Things are very open-ended, a little less formal. I really do appreciate you taking the time to drop a cipher in here for me to chew over on this stream. Now, the feedback I give this individual will unfortunately not be quite as detailed as the last couple of folks that I gave. My boy Redistopheles slid in at the last second with a couple hours to go while I was fast asleep. And threw a cipher entry in as well. And thank you so much, my friend. You are very talented. I was in his DM being all like, hey, can you get a cipher together for me? Can You want to participate? It'd be really cool if you could participate. So yeah, I mean, that's the thing I'll explain, guys. So right now I have the deadline for the ciphers at 10 a.m. on the day of, which is right when the feedback show starts. So if you like, I'm going to keep it that way because I don't mind it being that way. I know sometimes you just need a little extra time in the morning to get that going. I've definitely found myself submitting seconds before the deadline before. Like, that's something I've definitely done. So I want to give those people a chance to have their music heard. It's just going to be a little bit more open-ended and off the cuff. When I was first doing this, all of my feedback used to be that way. But now it's a little bit different. I do pre-listen to the entries, the night before, and I write out my feedback the night before, and then I add to it during the stream. So unfortunately, my boy u/Redistopheles on the subreddit, he will not be getting my pre-written feedback today, but he absolutely will be getting my off-the-cuff feedback. So I hope you appreciate it, my friend. I really appreciate you for submitting. I hope to see you in here regularly because, like, we're building a new community, man. We're building some new stuff. It's nice to have some help. And I appreciate you coming through. It's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, let me see what you cooked up for us this week. I can already see from the comment that it is myself, produced by Cass Beats, u/Redistopheles on the subreddit, and Blood Red on SoundCloud. Let's see what he's got for us. Yo, #1 exclusive. Blah blah blah. Boo 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 boo.
The most fluid to ever do it, deliver it with my movements. Keep you guessing, cause everything I do is rooted in newness. Every track I choose to bless is booming, every take perfected. You could set a metronome to it and count my fucking measures. Every effort is obsessive, I thrive when I'm under pressure. Every night that shit ain't done right, my vibe defaulting to rest. It's writing like I got a death wish, another morning of skipping breakfast. Fuck it, it's addictive, I welcome the disconnecting. It's neurotic where my head is, depending on where my head is. Burning verses when that shit ain't working, no, it's worse than I intend. Throwing work into the trash, I had people tell me was splendid. My flow ain't nothing but aesthetic if you miss the message. I give a fuck about impressing y'all, I'm about perfection. Rapping for myself at the expense of my own obsolescence.
Bruh. Wow, I fucking Blood Red. I fucking love that shit. Wow. That was fucking fire. I like dug the ever-loving fuck out of that. Let me get a peek at these lyrics. I forgot to put that in the rules, by the way. In future ciphers, guys, I'm going to ask you to post your lyrics along with your ciphers. It makes it a little easier for me to feedback them. Okay, so most fluid to ever do it deliberate with my movements. Every take perfect. You could set a metronome to it and count my fucking measures. God damn. There's a lot of really cool punchlines in here that I like a lot. And your flow sounds like fucking water on the microphone. Blood Red, Redistopheles on the subreddit. Holy shit, man. Yeah, definitely thank you for submitting. The last cat I was talking to actually about rhythm. This is another cipher that is really, really exemplary when it comes to just a head bob and rhythm. And really, really solid delivery. I'm still trying to like kind of comb through my immediate reactions here, so just kind of give me a minute. I do have a couple of things that I wanted to mention. It's mainly mixing critiques, man. Honestly, because your voice already sounds so good doing what it does. I really wish that I'd have got a little more polish from you just on the mixing end, because it does sound pretty raw right now. And I mean, I guess that works with the beat because the beat does sound pretty raw. But maybe some extra layers, maybe some like background vocals that are like a little more prevalent, and just some cleaner mixing. Because like I said, right now it doesn't sound all that compressed. It sounds a lot more natural, which can work in some contexts. But I think in this one, like your voice just has it's got like such a unique kind of character to it. It almost reminds me of like Cakes the Killa if his voice was deeper. And I just like, I fuck with that heavy. Yeah, I fuck with that super heavy, actually. Goddamn, yeah. I'm going to be hitting you up for a verse after this. I'm working on an album. I think I'm going to be hitting you up for a verse after this. But yeah, no, it's going to be mixing critiques on this one mainly. It's just, like I said, it comes off as a little raw. You might have just done like a one kind of layer go at it and just kind of shot it off because the bars are carrying. And I tell you what, the bars are carrying. I think that I think that this counts pretty well as an introduction. You know, it's not so like, you know, heavy handed on that, like, I am this, I am that vibe, of course. But I appreciate the approach. I think it's fitting enough, for sure. And I really like what you did here, man. Yeah. You know, clean up the mixing a little bit, but in the grand scheme of things, man, you're really slaying, when it comes to like the writing and delivery aspect of things. Your stuff is all going to be like, you know, just polish. It's post editing is what you need to get better at. And I haven't even listened to like your regular tunes, so I'm not even sure if that's like a consistent issue or if that's just something with like the ciphers. Because, you know, sometimes we do kind of like relax a little when it comes to the ciphers and just have some fun rapping. And if I'm judging you on the rapping alone, man, yeah, this is fucking dope. I dig it a lot. I do think that there was like maybe 1 or 2 bars in there where like the delivery was just slightly off tempo. I might be misremembering because that is a pretty frequent one, but like, you know, make sure just, I don't know if you like, I know in Logic Pro, if I have a bar that's just slightly offbeat, I can always like flex at it and kind of bend it into place a little bit. I don't know if you guys have that same thing, but maybe just as a way to quickly edit those poorly, or not poorly timed, but just slightly off sections, it could be useful to you. But thank you so much for sliding in there at the last second, my friend. It was a great addition to the show today. I'm really excited to have heard that one. Okay, and then I am going to close out the cipher myself. Yeah, I got in here pretty quick, wanted to contribute, wanted to make sure that the new community kept moving. So yeah, man, we're doing the thing. My cipher entry, as soon as I pull it off, just checking on the stream itself, because I haven't checked on it in a while. Yeah, we still good. Y'all still watching. We got excellent connection. That's what I'm talking about. If you are watching, go drop something in the chat for me. Say hello. If you are not watching, then don't do that, because you wouldn't have heard me say that, so you couldn't. I'm sorry, guys. I was up late last night getting prepared for this because I spent way too much time recording and not enough time feedbacking, so I was up until like 2 a.m. Okay, I got my entry for y'all. I named this one I Am. I was heavy-handed with the theme. Yo, it's NoCNotes Cypher 1, y'all. That's exactly
Thank
what
y'all
it
for
is,
coming
yes.
out.
Thank you,
Thank y'all for participating.
You're welcome.
Big shout out to Cass Beats. You're a real one for this one, bro.
Cass Beats is in fact a real one.
I am a figment of my own imagination, making proclamations, praying I could live out all my days by serenading on them stages. And yo, I am passing limits. A statistic would suggest I'm off the Morpheus to make you choose between a blue and red. I am a man of many talents in my word, weaving cursive written curves and flowing adjectives with verbs. I am the motherfucking man, y'all heard. I am the motherfucking man, y'all heard the way I spit in this. Put the pen to paper, push the point like I was Sisyphus. Boulder up the mountain, that's eternity, I live with this. Catch me in cocoons, the caterpillar going chrysalis. Pimp the butterfly when I turn into it. Bet I'll be the motherfucking goat amongst the sheep, and I'm the wolf they never see until they go to sleep. I see these other rappers and they looking like some meat. Finna fry 'em on a grill if they got beef. Sheesh.
We frying them on the grill. Can you fry on a grill? I don't know. Shut up, self. All right, that was my cipher entry. I don't have a whole lot to say about it this round. I was just having fun with it. Cliff picked our topic this week. Thank you very much for that, my friend. But yeah, like I just kind of ran with it, man. I was just trying to have fun. It's not my favorite cipher entry I've ever done. But you know, I like I said, I tried to stay thematically focused for the most part. Again, tried to stay on beat. I tried to do all the basics. So I don't know. I don't really have a lot to say about it this round. There wasn't like a big lesson I was trying to teach anybody with this one, as I have in the past. So if you guys are into what I was doing, awesome. But if you're rewatching this, if you're watching this right now, feel free to drop in the chat, tear my shit apart, go on the subreddit and find this fucking thing. It's in the ciphers. Tear my shit apart. Go do that. It'll be a great time. I'd love the feedback myself. So if you guys want to hit me with the feedback, hit me with the feedback. But yeah, that was my entry. So I hope you guys like it. Okay. And that was actually the last cipher entry that we had for this week. That closes it out. So if you go, oh, fuck, yo. Oh, Blood Red's in the chat. Fuck yes, dude. Oh, see, Red Estopheles, you really got to see me like snap about your shit like live and in live and direct. Like that was I'm so excited you got to see that. Cause like yeah, I had a really strong response to your cipher entry. I really liked it a lot. Damn. Yeah, really happy to see you in here. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. I'm gonna get on to the beats now. So we got actually more beat entries than we have over the past couple of weeks, which is really cool to me. You know, like I mean, the beat challenges on the Hip Hop Warzone subreddit were really strong at first. They kind of started to dwindle as time went on. But I'm really happy to see this much engagement in the beat challenge this week. We got 4 entries, I think. So let's see what's happening. And I will be posting the voting threads for all of these right after the show, guys. So just to anybody who's never tuned in before, when we're doing the beat challenges, we do it a little different than the ciphers for the feedback. So I go in and I feedback every single thing, like a full 24 hours before. That's why the cutoff for the beat challenges is a little sooner, because we don't play the full beats on stream. It would take too long. The beats are usually a lot longer than the cipher entries are. They are a little sameier, just by virtue of being an instrumental track that is meant to have vocals on top of it eventually. It's just kind of how shit is. So what we do is we usually play like a first verse and a chorus if there is one. If it's below a minute, I'll usually play it through. So we're going to start off. This sample that we used this week was selected by our friend Jester. Jester is also known as Uncle Deedit on the subreddit, Uncle Deedt on the subreddit. So thank you very much for choosing our sample this week, my friend. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate seeing your participation in here as well. So I think that it's only fair to start off with you, since you are the one who picked it this week. So let's see what we got rocking. If you give me a moment, let's see what you cooked up, my friend. All right, it's my boy Jester. Not to be confused with Jester Exodus Beats, who is also frequently collaborating in the past. No, this is our boy Uncle Deedit. Let's see what he's got going on. Oh, it's this one. I might have to play this one through just to do it. If you guys couldn't tell, I like this one. Like a lot. You hear the funk we're rocking with there? You hear the funk we are rocking within this? Woo! Whatever that is, that da 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 da. Fuck, man. Woo! Fucking hard as shit. Absolutely in love with this beat. Oh my god. Okay, that's all I'm playing. That's all I can handle. Jester. Oh my goodness, my friend. My friend. Oh. Dog, that is like... I mean, you picked it this week, so obviously you picked something you were going to be comfortable with. But like... Fuck, bro. Yeah, I definitely, when I heard that initial like Ants Neem sample that you had tossed to us, I was not expecting like some shit like that. Cause holy fuck, that had like such a funk to it. I can't get over it. It's like the exact type of thing that like I would listen to someone rap over. I could hear like so many fucking like off kilter dudes absolutely slay that beat. I love to hear Open Like Eagle on that beat. Like this song, actually, you know what another thing is like when I was originally feedbacking this, I said that this song sounds like the backing for like a fucking Gorillaz track to me. Like I could just hear like Damon Albarn like going over sections of this, like as like whoever, I don't know the names of all the Gorillaz cartoon people, like Noodle or something. I don't fucking know. but man, that was hard as shit. It was so damn funky. It was so damn unique. I love the swing that you have on that percussion. It's just like it's so danceable, man. I'm like nerding out on this one. I absolutely love this beat. I love how it progresses. I obviously have listened to the whole thing. I do feel like there could be a little more variation in the second verse to make it more distinct from the first, but it's a minor critique. Overall, like, I really fuck with this beat heavy, man. You're right up my fucking alley, dude. You're vibing. I'm vibing with this entry quite a bit. It was pretty fucking hard. Definitely dig it. Okay. Next up, because I'm going to move on from these a little quicker. Beats are a little, you feedback them a little bit different. But like, yeah, no, actually, fucking like round of applause. Shout out to Jester. I don't have like a soundboard or anything, so I can't round of applause you from here. But fucking shout out to you, man. That was a fucking fire entry. If I wasn't working on so much music right now, I would ask to like fucking take that for a song. I just have so much fucking shit on the open end right now. I can't like be taking on even more. All right, well, thank you very much for all that. That was a very enjoyable entry. I like that a lot. Okay, what we rocking with? Who's next? All right, you know what? I see my boy Cliff in here. I'm gonna go and put my boy Cliff in here. So my boy Cliff is new to production. He is not quite as new as I am, but he's new to production. And Cliff, being an absolute trooper, wanted to go up against all of these fucking just boss-ass cats making beats. He wanted to go up against them and show them what he could do, and learn in like a kind of trial by fire vibe. So I really want to give a shout out to you /Maggothead96. You heard his Cypher entry in the earlier section. This is his very first beat challenge. So shout out to Cliff. Let's hear what you got rocking, my friend. My boy. Okay, I gotta cut it after this next section, bro. Okay, so Cliff, my man, super happy to see you in here, man. Please keep contributing. You might actually get my ass to like give it a shot, because like I've made like 3 trash beats ever. Maybe I can make more trash beats and face off against these non-trash beats. But you, I really appreciate you taking a trap angle to this sample flip today. So one thing that I noticed when I was going through all the entries is kind of spoiler alert for the rest of the people who are watching the stream, but a lot of the entries this week are very boom bap influenced on the drums. Cliff, I really respect you for taking a trap angle with it. A lot of people who contribute to the production side here don't. So it was really refreshing. I really liked hearing that a lot from you. For your actual feedback, I just want to give you a congratulations, bro. Cause like it's fucking, you're really putting yourself out there when you're green at this. And you're going up against guys with so much experience and knowledge and just, honed skill. But you know what, man, you killed it. Like, you absolutely fucking killed it. It's really nice to hear an approach, like I said, to the sample that's more trap influence to the drum pattern. I absolutely do feel like this beat could have used a lot more variation throughout, though. I would have recommended trying to add in some like extra sample chops from the sample, like little one-shots here and there that like could have been, I don't know. I know there's horns in this beat. Maybe you could have found like one horn sound you really liked and then put it on like your MIDI keyboard and like, played it or something. You could have worked in like a bass line. I could have even seen like a fucking drill bass line, like a Chicago drill or New York drill beat kind of working there. So yeah, it's you've got a great skeleton right now, and the progression of it is good. I like the chop. The main chop you've built everything around is very catchy, and it works well for the type of beat that you're producing. But I really think that you just need some extra layers, bro. So like just adding a couple more distinct elements could really go a long way. I actually like, you know, I know you're working on a lot. I know I'm working on a lot. I know we're working on a lot. But I really think that like as a kind of self-care thing, you should just like smoke some tree and like sit down in front of your MIDI controller or whatever you're using, and just maybe try and finish this one. Maybe add a couple more distinct elements. I think that you also just letting you know those synths that you brought in the horn section, or the horn section, the chorus section. They could have been a little louder, but I think that they should have had a little bit of their high end like EQ'd off. I think that could have given them more presence without making it like fucking ear piercing. But aside from that, yeah, that's all I got for you, man. It's a great entry. I really appreciate you contributing. I really appreciate you pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, and doing this. You've kind of inspired me. I'll see what I can finesse for the next one. Okay. So next up we have, I'll give it to Cass Beats. You know what? Because Cass Beats, my boy, was so gracious to hook us up with a cypher beat for this first round. Jeez. Yeah, let's get him queued up. I'm still trying to get that working nicely here. Okay, Cass Beats. This is Cass Beats' entry. r/NoCNotes Beat Challenge 1. We getting distorted in here, boy. You hear that shit? We warping this sample. This is like a little video too. I like that. I'm just watching this creepy ass video, y'all. Behind the corner. Oh shit. All right, I think we got most of it. I'll let it ride out a couple more bars. All right, that's my boy Cass Beats. Cass Beats with the r/NoCNotes Beat Challenge 1. Thank you very much, my friend, for contributing. You were the first one to hop in for our very first beat challenge. So you, number one, I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much for all that. You said you went for a more spooky vibe. Well, I'm fucking terrified, bro. I'm about to wet the bed tonight. Like, I'm about to have bad dreams and shit. This beat, all in all, is hard as fuck. I absolutely love how you've chopped the samples and warped them nearly beyond recognition. It's like, it's really scratching an experimental itch for me. I really love cats like Clipping, groups like Clipping. I love artists like JPEG Mafia. I love all Injury Reserve, but like New Era Injury Reserve is also kind of fucking weird. I'm really fucking into that shit. So like this really is like super up my alley. I do feel like the drum pattern could be varied more. It's a little samey throughout the beat. But in the past I've critiqued you like on some other things. Like you've always had good texture, but I've kind of said like maybe a couple more bells and whistles, a couple more textural elements. You know, like I've kind of given you that feedback before. I think you've hit the sweet spot with this beat. It's really like you've got nice little extras worked in there, nice one shots, nice little sound effects. The beat's also mixed really well. I just want to give you your flowers there, because like out of all of the beats that I've listened to today, I think this is the one that sounded the most full in my headphones. It really did it was well. Didn't sound muddy. There was no mud here. It was all crystal clear. It was fucking wet like water, bro. It was wet like water. I hope all my people watching are staying hydrated. Please do stay hydrated. It's very important. Just like me. That's why I'm stopping mid-sentence to hydrate. All right? All right, but yeah, my boy Casby's, that was a fucking fire entry, my guy. I just, you know what? That was so creative to me. Just the way that you like got that sample to totally fucking just be unrecognizable was very, very cool to me. I like that a lot. Well mixed, good approach. Like I said, drum pattern's a little samey. A lot of boom bap drums are like that, but I mean, like, you know, you could, I don't know, find some samples of some breaks or something, like some really like cool stuff to like put right at the end of like an 8th bar or something, like a or something. I don't fucking know. Just something to mix it up a little bit. Cause yeah, like I said, it's good rhythmically, but it could have just a little bit more, just a little bit. That is a small critique though. I really fuck with this beat. Way to go, my friend. Thank you so much for submitting. I really appreciate you helping keep this spirit alive, keep this whole thing going. It was kind of touch and go there for a sec when the Warzone subreddit shut down, but you know what? We made it work, guys. I really appreciate you all coming out here to help me keep this going. So thank you. And then last but not least, we've got our boy on the subreddit, u/Sir Porkish. Alrighty. Sir Porkish, I am just getting this queued up. Let's see what I got rocking. Okay. u/Sir Porkish on the subreddit, Zaid on SoundCloud. We got the horn section coming in, y'all.
Must be punished to the fullest extent of the law.
Over. God damn it, that's on live stream. Yo, if my audio's all fucked up now, drop something in the chat. Man, we're killing it. Okay. So I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. Is me and Zaid, Sir Porkish, we talked briefly about this entry. He didn't like it. He wanted to. He called it goofy, and I completely disagree. I'm actually so happy that he went ahead and he did that. Because I'm telling you what, man, like this is some good shit. Like it's such a danceable approach to the cut, and I really like what you did here. See, I'm not sure where that like lack of confidence was coming from, because it doesn't sound goofy to me at all. It doesn't sound like off kilter, off top, like, you know, whatever. I gotta stop doing this. I'm putting this on the floor, y'all. Hang on for me. Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret before I give the rest of this feedback here. I was using a bunch of my fiance's work stuff as my side table, and she got called back into the office for the first time in 2 years. Recently. So I don't have my table anymore. And not having my table anymore, it's a little bit difficult to kind of keep everything where it needs to be. So yeah, a couple of things have fallen off. If my audio's fucked up, just drop something in the chat. Okay, cool. Yeah, Blood Red, you got me covered. Thank you very much. But yeah, my fiance took the equipment that I was using to support my laptop and my audio interface back to work. So I'm now using a box that is too small for the purpose. But I am actually going to get back in business and providing some feedback to him for back in business. So Porkish, I dig this cut a lot, bro. Getting into like my actual feedback instead of telling you should have been more confident in this one. The drums are like a tried and true boom bap pattern, and all of the sprinkles that you put in are hitting. I absolutely love you focusing the sample flip on the horns. I love me my horns. It's very danceable. It's very fun. There's like a lot of cats I could see killing this. Like, I don't know if you're into like the whole Earl Sweatshirt, Mavi, like navy blue kind of like art rap shit. But if that's your dig, like I could see those guys killing a beat like this. I could see Billy Woods killing a beat like this. Like, no, it's not a conventional approach to hip hop. Well, okay, no, it's not a conventional approach to like modern hip hop production. But there's a huge niche of rappers that I could see really digging a beat that sounds like this, digging this beat specifically. I do feel like it could have used some extra layers or maybe had a couple of mixing switch ups to the sample itself to give the beat like a sense of progression, but I have a feeling the vibe was like a little bit more of a quick flip anyway, and for what it is, man, that's fucking fire. I really like it. I do really like it. A couple of years ago when I was like listening to a lot of Milo and a lot of like Hellfire Club and shit, like that's probably something that I would have seeked out to rap over and drop some like fucking, I don't know. I've been perpetually in pursuit of prosperity, so it seems these days, but now the weeks just have replays to display, like some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like just that when I was in that era of my artistic journey, I would have fucking loved a beat like that. Okay, so now I think that might be the conclusion, guys. Fucking word. Can't believe it. Thank y'all so much for everything, with keeping this stream alive, with keeping this kind of show alive. You know, it was really touch and go there for a second where we weren't sure if we were going to be able to keep it going. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to, you know, contact enough people and get in touch with a lot of people to bring them over to our new subreddit. I mean, obviously when you're migrating from location to location in a really informal way on the internet, there's going to be something lost and something gained. I guess that what I'm most excited about is just the fact that so many of you obviously enjoyed your time here, and enjoyed getting feedback from me on these streams enough to want to continue with what we're doing. And I really appreciate, I just want to like, you know, I know I'm funny on stream, but I do whatever and stuff, but like, honestly speaking, like I actually love doing this shit, guys. I'm really, really happy doing this shit. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much for enabling me to continue doing this show, to feedback your music. And we will be getting the podcast together soon. So, I kind of spitballed an idea yesterday and I'm not totally sure how it's going to work yet, but you know what? Just because I'm feeling irresponsible, I'm going to throw this out here for y'all. I would love some more music to feedback on these shows. So if you guys have rapper friends, if you have producer friends, who you know in real life, who you think would benefit from something like this, I'd really appreciate you reaching out to them and sending them a link to the show or sending them a link to the subreddit and bringing them on that way. I'll tell you what is on the first podcast. I'm going to do a section where I go over feedback for self-promo stuff. But what I'm also going to do is for people who bring in referrals. So like I'm going to get you guys to just, you know, go, and if you there's somebody that you want to bring on, if you do bring them on, that's going to be worth like a credit from me on that show. So what I'm going to do is I'll play one of your joints on the stream. I will feedback it, and then I'll also give like a little 10-second promotion to whatever project you're working on, your most recent thing. I will link to it. I'll do all that in the description, to kind of incentivize you guys helping out and bringing a couple extra people on here. So I will give you specific feedback to a specific track of your choice, or I'll just play the track and I'll just advertise it if that is what your preference is. So let me know what you guys are feeling like about that. If we can get some more Cypher entries, if we can get some more Beat Challenge entries. I mean, shockingly, we're already back up to like the numbers we were doing initially, on the Warzone, which is so great, guys. Like I really have to thank you for everything in helping me kind of keep this moving on my solo. Like I work full time. I'm a full-time university student. I'm getting married this year. I got a lot going on. So it's good to be able to have this outlet to come and hang out with you guys a couple times a month, and just talk about music and feedback your music. And yeah, I'm really enjoying my time here, guys. So let's get some referrals together. I will be advertising your shit on stream when we do name the new podcast, because we haven't named it yet. I will be on with Cliff too. I feel like I haven't mentioned that yet. Me and Cliff will be hosting the podcast together. When it was the War Room, when I was on Hip Hop Warzone, we had him on as a guest, and that guest appearance and conversation between me and Cliff ended up turning into a very beautiful friendship. So him and I are going to be rocking with it together. He's helping me run this subreddit as well. But I'm really looking forward to keeping this going, guys. So I'm going to log off. I'm going to go prep the voting threads. Keep in mind, if you participated, you do have to vote if you want to be considered for, you know, winning. So yeah, let's get that going, guys. I will get that thread posted up. I will see you back here in 2 weeks from today at 10 a.m. If we have a podcast in between, then I'll see you earlier. But if not, it's whatever. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming out. It really does mean the world to me right now. I know this is a little sappier than I usually get, but we're on it. Make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel, share this stream with any of your artist friends who might want it. Right now it is a hip hop specific show, but on the podcast, maybe we'll listen to some other stuff. I know me and Cliff has some very diverse tastes, and there's always something that we'd be willing to welcome there. So thank you guys so much for coming out to the very first live feedback show for r/NoCNotes on the NoCNotes YouTube channel. My name is ZakNoC. Stay hydrated. See you guys in 2 weeks. Peace.